What's going on, everybody? Welcome. My name is Empty Major. Today I'm here with Tom
Hi.
from Holler Talk, but also from Teletom, right?
Currently, it's just Teletom.
Just
Holtalk's
Teletom.
kind of. It's been a year since the last upload, man.
Times are hard. Well, I mean, yeah, but is your channel also English? Essentially, I think it is,
uh,
right?
yeah. Currently, it is. I have no chance on changing it because I do show like my international friends, so I have to talk English for it.
All right. Well, so there you have it, guys. If you guys want to check them out, feel free to check them out. And apart from that, we have a little podcast thing going on. It's not really a podcast, it's more of a talk. I mean, because it's not live, so it's essentially not a podcast. But,
I don't have to be live these days.
nope. Right now, we are pretty far away from the bubble. I'm literally still in the middle of my exploration, and we had the idea to just do a little podcast thing in between. Last time we did a podcast, we talked about a lot of different things. We talked about new ships, or our wishes of new ships. We talked about the future updates. We talked about how things are getting shite, essentially, right? I think that's a good way of thinking about it. And we talked about, yeah, this is just a set of different things. Today we're going to talk about similar subjects, but different. And maybe we got a different view on them. It's been a year after that podcast, or is it a little bit less?
Our previous podcast? I don't
Yeah.
know.
I think it was about a year ago since we did it. I'm in the Type 10, doing my exploration mode. If you guys are not following the series, I'm doing an exploration on that. And Tom is in his hauler, his pink hauler, with the pink. Holy crap! You're coming in fast.
Hello.
That was pretty cool, actually. He flew right into my camera, so. Alright, and we are on a little red planet. Just gonna fly around a little bit, do our thing, while having this little podcast.
Yeah, getting in there so recent a little bit.
Yeah. Alright, yeah, I just did a little check to see if I was actually correct, but it's actually 5 months ago. But I mean, technically it was a year ago, so I guess we're safe on that aspect.
Just 11 months.
You had a good what's it in English? Next year switch.
New Year's.
New Year's
celebration. Well, I had trouble sleeping. When don't I have trouble sleeping? Am I right, fellow adults?
Oh. Yeah, with all the
Anyway.
fireworks, or
No, I don't do fireworks.
no? But I mean, with all the fireworks outside, it's such a loud.
I didn't hear too many fireworks for too long because it was so misty over here. I couldn't even see the grass in my backyard.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was real bad.
No. It wasn't that misty here, and for people who don't know, in the Netherlands, New Year's Eve is it's insane. Like, everyone is blowing shit up. You know, trash cans are on fire. I was in The Hague yesterday, and there were people outside. They're burning all their Christmas trees, you know, on the street. It was pretty crazy, man. And just so many loud explosions, and it's like little nuclear bombs everywhere. It's pretty crazy. It's like a war zone.
Meanwhile, I'm in the more rural areas of Netherlands, so we have farmers shooting like milk.
Yeah, the carbide, whatever you you call it. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, Dutch people get crazy when it's New Year's Eve. Like, you know, in the States it doesn't get that crazy with New Year's, generally speaking. And here it's like it's a shit show, man. But it's also pretty fun, and I had a good 2019, and I'm hoping for a great 2020.
Yeah, same. I hope everyone has like a healthy 2020 mostly.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Or not, because it gives me more work.
Oh, right. Well, maybe that as well. Anyway, let me set in the landing, and we can start talking about our actual first little podcast subject. We got a couple of elite subjects. I'm thinking maybe we can also talk about different things. Nice landing, man.
Flight assist off. Nice.
Oh, nice. That's actually pretty nice. I can't do that with this thing. Like, it's insane. I mean, in the turning, I always do it because then I'm just a little bit faster in combat, so it's like automatic. But no, generally speaking, it's impossible. So the first thing that I want to talk about, or that I think is interesting to talk about, is of course. You ready for this?
Yeah, I'm ready.
You ready?
Bring it on.
The new ranks, or not the new ranks, but what ranks are. And you know what I mean with that?
No, I don't know what you mean.
Well, the issue is this is something that has been on my mind for a while. This is a negative subject that I have with Elite right now. Is that ranks don't really seem to matter that much, and especially, you know, if you're looking at the ranks that you need for ships, you know, what does it really mean to be a Duke? It just means that you can fly the cutter, right?
Yeah.
Nothing else.
You get some system permits, but
I mean, you get some, yeah.
It doesn't really matter in this game because almost every system does the same thing, so you don't get something really special, maybe a discount.
Yeah, right. Exactly, and for me, well, what I personally think, I mean, it's not like a big issue, you know, not that big of an issue, but what I think sucks a little bit is that it doesn't really mean anything to be a high ranking in this game, as in, you know, the only thing that it really does is it gives you, you know, some extra ships or whatever.
Only to new players, I guess.
Yeah, to new players. If you're a Duke, then that's pretty sick because you have a cutter, right?
Yeah.
But, whoa! Oh! That didn't go so good. But I mean, that's the thing. Like, it's mainly for unlocking ships, and that's fine, you know. But it also, like, you know, for me, it's not logical that you're a Duke at the Empire and you're like a commander, or what is it, at the Federation. You know.
Maybe like
doesn't really make sense.
You can only buy it if your allegiance is with that.
Yeah. But then again, from a gaming standpoint, I understand it because, you know, everyone, they want to give all the ships to everybody. You know, they want to make sure that everyone can buy the same ships as everybody else. Fuck off! I saw something. I don't look when I turn. So, you know, that's something that sometimes is just a little lame, I think. But then again, it's not that big of a deal, generally speaking. But what do you think about it?
What I think is that from a gaming and like business standpoint, having people be able to get all the ships is really cool. But if you go for like another standpoint, is that ranking up is literally just doing the normal missions. Here's a special mission, which is mostly a courier mission. So it's not really special, and it's a lot of grinding.
Yeah, but the grind is something that's always on my mind, and
it's always an issue in Elite.
It's always an issue in Elite. You know, it also is the thing that makes the game alive, because that's weird. That's weird, huh? Because it's like at the same time it sucks, but at the other hand, it's like the thing that makes people want to play. You know.
Yeah, partially.
That's the grind, yeah.
But right now I'm not grinding anymore and playing, so it's just a matter of what do you want to do in the game.
Yeah, but we also have, you know, I don't know how many hours you have in this game, but I'm close to 1,000.
1,400 currently, yeah. So yeah, over 1,000 hours.
I'm close to 1,000, and it's not really, like, there's not really, the only thing I could still grind for, in a way, is the Federal Corvette. I actually haven't unlocked it yet. But I've played it in betas, and it's not that special to me. You know what I mean? Like, it's not something that I need. I don't think it. I mean, it looks pretty cool, but it's not like wow, like it's not ridiculously much more cooler than the Conda, for example. You know?
Well, it's just, you know, a preference. I don't know what happened, by the way. A lot of people these days are all saying that they want the Corvette, and the color is kind of out of fashion, so to speak.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know what caused that, but I still prefer the color for its looks.
Yeah, me too. I mean, the only downside I think about the cutter, you go grab it, man.
Yeah.
The only downside of the cutter, I think, is that the front kind of looks like a Boeing 747, but then again, it is a pretty cool looking ship. Yeah, for sure, for sure. It's but then again, going back to the ships, you know, it's always ships all do kind of look similar in this game, which is not that big of an issue because I understand it's like it's one world, so it's not really.
So what do you mean exactly with them looking the same?
Well, in a way that like they don't all look the same. They're different shapes, you know, but they look realistically like. I don't think spaceships will look like this in the future at all. Like that's what I'm saying. Like there's no reason to make them aerodynamic or as aerodynamic as they are. Some of them, and I'm not talking about the Type 10. Because that one definitely does look different from, let's say, the Anaconda or the Cobra or whatever. But if you look, for example, at Star Wars spaceships, you have all these weird shapes, you know.
Oh, that's like, hey, here's our...
Huh?
Here's our fantasy shapes, TIE fighters. Shouldn't make any sense, but, you know, it's fun.
Well, I mean, I don't know if it doesn't make sense. Because if you look, for example, at the... I don't know if you're well known in the starships of Star Wars, but do you know the Nebulon B frigate, the Rebel Alliance frigate, or
yeah?
Well, that thing looks, I think it looks awesome, you know, and for a larger ship, it's it's a logical shape because it's so big, right? But that thing is like 400 meters long, so it's like 2 Anacondas, or a little bit more, 2 Belugas, maybe, right? So it's not that far off. But all these ships, like the if you look at the Beluga, if you look at and I'm talking about the bigger ships, because the smaller ships look very logical. But to me, it looks like they just made the smaller ships large, and those are the large ships. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they don't have the idea that they're that large. Like it doesn't. I mean, the Conda has, and the Corvette has, because the main bridge in the back, you can see the whole ship. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But all the other large ships, especially the Beluga, it just looks like a very large fighter, essentially, or a very large. I don't know what it's supposed to look like, but it's not. It doesn't scream very large ship to me. It just screams shuttle. You know, it doesn't look. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't give me the idea that it's large.
I get your point, but you know, in its own way, I do like these ships of Elite.
I mean, yeah, I mean, I like them as well, but sometimes I just get the idea that they all kind of want the same idea. You know, you got the cockpit in the front or the main bridge. I mean, that's the point. Like, it's not a main bridge; it's a cockpit.
But that's just from their design perspective. But
yeah.
I would like some more unique ships. It's either in the front or in the back, and it's like, why not have a cockpit on the side for it? That would be pretty neat. Have a ship on a cockpit in the side.
But that's what I'm saying. You know, that's the type of things I mean. Like, why is there not a ship with like you're saying, with a cockpit on the side, or with a cockpit like standing out, like on top, like on like a pedestal or something like that? I don't fucking know. You know what I mean? Like a ship that relies on shields or something. It would just make ships seem a little bit more different and varied, you know.
Yeah, okay. I get what you mean.
Yeah, that's what I meant to say. I mean, it took pretty long for it to come out, but that's essentially what I mean. And that's what I think. I mean, I would love to see that a little bit more. Because if you look, for example, if you're looking outside of the Alliance Chieftain, for example, or the Python, essentially, I mean, the inside looks different. But if you look outside, essentially, there's not really that big of a difference. But they're very different ships. They're, you know, the other one is much smaller than the other one, and so forth. But then again, that's just my perspective.
Well, it doesn't matter too much, in my opinion, for this game.
No?
Nah.
I
It
don't
would
know.
be cool to have more unique ships in that sense, but on the other hand, I got my ship already, so I'm happy.
Yeah. I mean, you're the hauler guy. I mean, I was the hauler guy, but now you're. I mean, the hauler is a pretty cool ship. And because it's so useless, that's what makes it fun to fly. I mean, that's what I think it is.
I don't even find it useless. I genuinely think that it's a nice ship.
Well, I mean, yeah, based on what? Because if you look at statistics, it's not. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but the whole game, people who look at just statistics are, in my opinion, not the best pilots, because it's the way how you fly your ship and how you know your ship that you can bring out its strengths.
Yeah, that's true.
For me, for example, I always play in open, and I also trade in open. And since I trade mostly for fun, not for profit, or because I'm doing a mission that requires me to salvage something, because I really like salvaging missions. Something that, you know, I've noticed is that you're a hauler, so you're not even worth the trouble.
All right.
So if I go to things like Shinrarta, right? If I go to Shinrarta, of course you're gonna get ganked. That's to be expected.
Right.
But if I go to, for example, a community goal place, if they have those,
Yeah.
I'm either gonna get interdicted and I'm gonna be like, just give me one of your cargo, or they're not gonna even bother. They're not gonna bother interdicting me. And if they do interdict me and they're gankers, I'm such a small ship. I just deploy Chef. I boost away with my dirty drive grade 5 thrusters.
Yeah, and that thing goes
and I'm
fast.
gone.
That thing goes
Yeah, I'm
fast.
gone.
It's disgusting.
So its strengths are mostly in the multiplayer because nobody bets an eye to you if you're a small freighter.
Yeah, that's
they
true.
don't get any profits from you, and I can fly the ship well enough to, if I get interdicted, I can escape.
Yeah.
And when it's NPCs, I can even fight them, which is why I like the hauler also a lot. Because, you know, after playing in the Cutter, Conda, and Corvette for such a long time, you're gonna be like, hey, I have essentially, you know, done it all. And it got boring. Like combat, for example, especially combat, right? It's boring in the big three for me because I just sit there and I don't even have to worry about what my pips are because I can just shoot, tank all the damage, and deploy a fighter or something. Kind of
Yeah.
sit there and win.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
that got boring after a while for me. It's nice and relaxing, but on the other hand, it got real boring.
It is boring.
So if you are in the hauler, for me, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. If I'm in the hauler and I only have my one small hard point and I get in a fight, it's tense. Even though the rebuy is nothing.
Yeah, the rebuy is ridiculous. But then my question would be, what gun do you take on the hauler?
I use energy weapons
Right.
because I don't really want to deal with ammo most of the time. I have done assassination missions with it, and for that I have a long-range grade 5 super penetrator railgun.
Wow, that's pretty sick.
And I can take down, like if I go against wings, if you get those really shitty assassination missions where they're like in wings and all engineered, I have no real good chance of just abandon them.
Yeah.
But if I have like a single ship, for example, I have to fight a single corvette, I can do it. I can stay behind it, or I can just boost past it out of range.
Corvette,
And just snipe
even.
it. Yeah, I've taken down corvette missions.
With a hauler?
Yeah.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah, I just used the railgun. And for those assassinations, I got like super penetrate, I say, but I also have the one that kind of disables the shield, which is really, really effective against big ships because in those assassinations, they'll use shield banks after a while. After a couple of shots, they're gonna use their shield banks. and then I keep on shooting, and I just fry their shields off, and then boom, shield gone, and I can just shoot for days. They can't get close to me, and I can just snipe them from a distance.
Right.
And that's in a hauler, so you know it's how you fly the ship that makes it work.
I mean, that's completely. I mean, I completely agree with that. Definitely. And that's when I made my. Remember when I made that video about the hauler and then didn't get a lot of good backlash. People weren't really. I mean, they didn't really agree with me saying that it's the best ship, price-wise. And you know they're probably right. It was kind of more of a joke video anyway. Yeah. But apart from that, there is a you know, piece of truth in that, definitely. You know, when I had the hauler, it had what was that, like? I think I had it like at 48 light years jump range.
I think you actually hit 53 or something.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but I think it was around 50. Yeah, definitely. And I flew with it to Colonia.
Colonia, yeah.
You know, without shields as well. No shields on it, no SRV on it. It could fly for days. I would have to wait, I think, 10 seconds at a sun, and my complete fuel would be full. Because I had a grade 2 A. On a grade A, you know, size 2 fuel scoop. And I could just go to the sun and it would be completely full in 20 seconds. You know, it was awesome, man. I could do 20 jumps with one fuel tank. That thing was so good for traveling. Exploration, I wouldn't take it because it just doesn't have the space to put your stuff, you know?
These days you have, since they added the... What's it called? Subcruise assist? You can have it fully kitted for exploration. My current hauler, because we're so far off, is fitted for exploration. 44 light years with an SRV.
Really?
The only thing I'm missing is a out-of-field maintenance unit, and that's because I put in a Guardian booster.
Wow, dude. 44 light years with a SRV bay?
Yes, yes.
How?
So for... Well, I engineered it.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, but then you just made everything lighter or something.
I got 2 D-rated modules and the rest is A-rated.
Right,
I got the D-rated modules are like lightweight engineers.
Yeah, right. Okay, so you completely tweaked it to be as light as possible, which is logical. Well, that's pretty cool, man. I didn't know that was possible.
I can do everything that I want with the hull. I can do combat if I want a bit of a challenge. I can do, well, not bulk trading. You won't get a millionaire in it, but it's not made to make you a millionaire.
No.
But if I go mining in it, for example, just a simple little laser, right?
Uh-huh.
The simplest of the simplest when it comes to mining. Or just maybe have one of the tools, because you can.
Right.
And I can do that. I can these days with mining, right? I can fill up my hole with if I just find a single mother load, I can fill up my hole just by shooting the fragments on the outside for it, which I love. I can crack open the asteroid and I won't even need everything that's in there because I have my hole full without blasting them up with that fragment laser thingy. So you place the charges and that's it. Although, I don't know. Is there seismic charge for size 1?
I don't think there is, but I mean that'd be pretty crazy.
But I shoot them off the outside of the rock anyway because of that.
I mean, you can't really do solid deep core mining with a hauler, I don't think.
I have to think because it could be. I have multiple mining ships, so I could be wrong on that. But I have done it in the Cobra, so that's why I might be confused. So I don't know if the seismic charge is size 1. If it is, then I do blow up the rocks. If it isn't, I just shoot them from the outside. But I come back with a full hull, and that's like 8 tons of cargo, right? It's nothing. 8 tons is nothing, but I make like around 1 million for like just finding a single mother load somewhere in a hauler, and my rebuy is currently 100,000, and in those haulers that I own, they're even less.
Yeah.
So I make on that note I think I'll make a big profit because I don't spend it on anything else.
Right, and that is pretty sick. I mean, and that's the cool thing about a hauler. You know, people shouldn't get blindsided just because they have a cutter. Especially if you're a new player, you shouldn't assume that the more expensive ships are better. You know, because that's just not the case. Especially
Well, bigger equals better
in a sense.
on paper. On
Yeah,
paper
on paper,
it does,
yeah.
but not on skill.
No.
And I've really seen that is that because if people are new and they're gonna do like a little money exploit thing
Oh.
or something, right?
Did you just
That's
call
fine.
in? Oh, I thought, what the fuck? What's coming in? Are you going away?
No, but I will fly in it.
Oh, okay. I'm continuing the drive. But go on,
Most
go
of
on.
the asteroids I find here, I have maxed on materials.
Oh, I haven't yet. That's why I'm just keeping on doing this. What's it? I got like But anyway, go on. Go on. Continue.
What were we talking about? Like the paper and stuff, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, so what I've noticed is that if you have new players, they're gonna do their little money exploit thing that's currently in the game, like the gold rush.
Oh yeah, all of it.
They get it. You know, they get a Corvette or something after like a weekend of playing and just no lifing missions. They get their Corvette and they equip it according to the meta. And then I know this meta, and if I want to, I can guarantee that I can take these people in the hauler because they don't know how to fly it properly yet, and they don't know what kind of modules they fitted on there. They just follow some guide on the internet.
Yeah. Exactly. And that's true, man. You see that? Whoa, Jesus Christ! What the actual shit did you do?
I try to bump you up in the air. But yeah, for that reason, I think I can take them. Just because they're new, they don't know what I've equipped, and you can counter them with, I don't know, a railgun maybe.
Take that! I got an anti-air gun. Fuck off! Whoa! I mean, yeah. I mean, I can see that. And that's, I mean, the same goes for different ships. You got so many different ships in this game that have a lot of potential. I mean, I can remember when I made the Beluga liner battleship, and that thing was surprisingly good, you know. And you know, people make fun of it, but it's even more fun when you get killed by one, you know.
Yeah.
Because that happens, you know.
That's the fun thing that you can do in this game. You don't have to be like, here's a passenger ship. You can only do passenger related things, right?
Yeah.
But that's what I like. So for this hauler, I'm not limited to just doing freighting missions. I can go exploration. I can go mining. I can do salvage missions.
Yeah.
I can even do assassination missions.
Yeah.
I would not recommend going to a house arrest with this. However, unless I'm in a wing, I will not go to a house arrest. I'd rather follow the police.
Yeah,
So I will give it that. It has its limitations, and you need to pick your fights carefully, because it's obviously on paper it's not built for combat. So you're not gonna expect it to be like a king of the house arrest.
No.
But I like it for the strengths that it does have and the advantages it kind of gives. And for how cheap it is, that's a big part. It's so small and so cheap. It doesn't matter if I die. It doesn't matter if I lose my cargo. I make no loss at all.
Yeah. And it looks pretty cool. It's a nice looking ship. No, I mean it just looks good. The inside looks pretty shitty, but the general look of the ship on the outside, it just looks cool. Right?
The ship on the outside, I like it. It's like a little space shuttle thing. It's like a cute, like...
Yeah, but I mean...
What do the Japanese call it? Like chibi or something? Like a space shuttle. You small to make it a little bit cute. Like small.
Yeah, but I mean, it's still pretty large. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's still a decent sized ship. Like, it's... Like, not for this game, but if you were to look at it from general perspective. What, it's like 20 meters long or something?
Well, I've looked it up, and it's like think like a multiple story home.
Yeah, but that's what I'm
how
saying.
big it is. So it is still big. It's like the size of a house.
Yeah. Exactly. There he is. And here comes the monstrosity that is the Type 10.
And now we can compare sizes.
I mean that thing is insane. Go
But
under it.
One thing I still want to say about the hauler, like
Yeah.
a big thing, before I quit rambling on about why I like the ship so much.
Yeah.
The fact that someone took a small Gauss cannon and took down a Cyclops, like a target Cyclops solo with it.
Yeah, with a hauler.
It kind of proves my point that if you have the skill, you can fly any ship and be good with it.
Yeah, definitely.
I just want to say I have soloed many Cyclopses, but the smallest ship I used for it was a crate. I don't think I'll be able to use it in a hauler.
No.
Nor do I want to spend all the materials.
I've actually never
new ammo.
done that. Never killed a Cyclops. I mean, I fought Targoids, but I never killed them. I never like, you know what I mean? Like, I never took the time to learn all the ins and outs on that.
Mm-hmm.
So I just never did that.
Another fun thing, I can land everywhere. You're Type 10, you have to find a spot to
Yeah,
land.
this thing, man, this thing can't lie nowhere. Oh, I'm just gonna go in here for a sec. There we go.
But if I go like in my external view, right? External view for the camera.
Yeah.
And first, you're next to your ship. So I look at your ship, it's like, oh, it's not that much bigger. But then you zoom out.
This thing is
You zoom
ridiculous.
out. And you zoom out. So you can't zoom out any further. And it's like, well, I might be able to just fit on like the wingtip that's flapped up.
Yeah, exactly. And look at all these guns I got carried on me. I mean, I'm doing an exploration mission, but this thing, man.
Yeah, I don't have any weapons on it. I want to try actually if I can. You can fire in space.
Alright, anyway. So, what do you think about arcs?
Arcs.
By the way, I'm continuing the journey to where I'm supposed to go. Okay.
Yeah. In that case, I'm gonna say goodbye in that sense. Not be,
So
going back to the
far.
bubble. It was a lot of fun.
I can also just go to the Vale East Nebula or to the southern region, but then again, maybe I'll just do that. But nah, fuck it. I'll
So
go.
you were saying
Yeah.
about arcs. What do I think about arcs?
Arcs.
I'm not a fan. Ever since they've been announced, I'm like, no, let's not do this because like mobile phone microtransactions,
Right.
and I'm very much against it. Especially if I already paid around 100 euros for like beta access in this game earlier. So of course more expensive. But then I also paid, I think I paid 40, either 40 or 60 for Horizons.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I already spent a lot of money, and then you're coming with me with this? No, I'm not a fan.
Well, I mean, I agree with you. It does change things for the better as well. I've revised it. At the beginning, I didn't like it either, but I've revised it a little bit. Now, this is the point.
It's
what I
more
think.
expensive though, and that's why
It's more expensive, but you can buy. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, you can buy skins individually. A lot better.
Yeah,
Usually you
that's-
buy all these packs.
Yeah, okay.
right?
If we're gonna see the advantages of it, I do like that you can buy an individual skin instead of a pack.
Yeah.
Because if I were to spend £3, like three British pounds,
Yeah.
on arcs, I'm able to buy multiple things
Yeah.
instead of just a single thing for €5 or something.
Exactly.
So I do give it that that's cheaper in that sense.
Yeah.
But the skins individually have gone up in price, so they are making more of a profit.
Yeah, per skin, but I mean, I wanted this skin that I have right now, the green and white skin that I have on my ship. I can't really see it right now because the sun is fucking hot. But the thing is that here we go, green and white. But the thing is that I also got all these other skins with it that I don't really care for, you know, and that's what I think is kind of a shame. Back then, not anymore, because I didn't want to buy all these skins at the same time. I just wanted this particular skin, so that's definitely a plus point. A downside is indeed it's more expensive, but another plus point that I've been thinking about is this. Now, if they want people to buy more skins, right? So they introduced the ability to change your livery wherever you are.
Yeah.
That's so good. Because
I do like that feature
Yeah.
instead of going to a station.
Yeah,
and even
because-
some stations that they've made specifically out of for explorers in
Yeah.
the middle of nowhere,
yeah.
they don't even have the option.
They don't
to
have
change
no
the
exactly because in and I have this on film as well because when I went with the Imperial Clipper to the what's it, the Mushroom Nebula or something, I forgot.
jellyfish.
Jellyfish
went to
Nebula,
jellyfish.
yeah, exactly. The Jellyfish Nebula, they had a station there, and I bought a livery while I was like on the way there because I just wanted, you know, I didn't have a skin yet. I wanted a skin, so I bought a skin. And when I got there, I wanted to change the skin, but I couldn't change the skin there, which was disappointing for me because I had to go all the way back. And I just wanted to have my skin, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So that was So I'm actually kind of happy that they did that because now it's much easier for me to change my skin. But can you take advantage of it? That's what I'm wondering. Can you maybe, I don't know, be known as like a pink, like a very bright pink ship, go out of a combat sector, you know, change your skin and then come back in? I don't know if that really matters that much. But I'm just thinking about that. Would that be an issue? I don't really think it would be.
Pink is never an issue. Look at me.
No, but I mean,
all my ships are pink.
no, but I mean more in the sense of that you're changing your appearance.
So yeah. Well,
so
it doesn't
people
really
don't
matter for
recognize.
yourself.
Yeah, but maybe in a battle, people don't recognize you anymore that well, and I don't know. I don't think it matters that much, but I was just thinking about that. Maybe that's like a little immersion breaking, right?
Yeah, okay. But if we're going to talk about immersion, I think none of those have any standing ground. If you're going to talk about immersion and realism in this game, yeah, you can just stay in the single star sector, or I want to go to a new stars, like have fun traveling for years.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, so you do need some suspension. And besides,
Although the
people
Alcubierre,
who see this as a simulator, I can kind of see why you're saying that, but it's
Yeah.
also a game, so it needs to be fun.
but then the Alcubierre drive that they're using hasn't been disproven. So who's to say that it's not reality? That's all I'm saying. We don't know. It hasn't been disproven.
Entering a different dimension
Hasn't been
to
disproven.
travel between stars. I think that's
No.
kind of far-fetched at this point.
I'm not talking about the warp. I'm not talking about like the warp. I'm talking about the Alcubierre drive, which is that's like the faster than light within the same sector drive. You know what I mean? That one hasn't been disproven. Because the idea, and I'm not gonna dwell on this because, but the idea is that you're not moving yourself, but you're moving the space around you. So in theory, you're not going faster than the speed of light. But that's a whole different brain fart than what we're talking about right now.
If us humans are able to create that, I'll be long dead. So
Don't say that. You don't know. 5 years we'll be on Mars. I'm willing to bet 10,000 arcs on it. 10,000 arcs to you. 5 years we'll be on Mars.
I'll go up 50,000 if we're gonna do it.
60,000 arcs?
60,000 arcs. If we're not gonna do it in the 2020s.
Mars?
Mars. Like people going to Mars.
Okay.
I do not see it happening.
All right. Are you sure about this? Because you're gonna have to pay me
I'm
60,000.
very sure I can live with losing. I don't know how much.
It's like $20. It's not that bad.
I make that in a day.
Yeah.
I don't.
Okay.
I really don't make that in a day.
That's my daily salary. No, but all right. So $20. No, 60,000 arcs for me, you to me, if they land on Mars before 2025 with people. Yeah.
Only 10,000, and we're not gonna do it this decade.
I'm saying it. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, it's happening. So, why
We'll
isn't
see.
it happening?
People in the comments, please place your bets. Who you siding with me? That's not gonna happen, or siding with him that it will happen.
Yeah. I mean, there's this. Yeah.
You need to add like a little poll in the video so
Yeah.
you can vote.
I'll definitely do that. I'll put in a little poll. This is seriously though, and we don't have to dwell on this, but I'm extremely certain that we will.
Yeah, let's not dwell on it because I can debate you a long time about why I think that's not gonna happen.
All right. Well, you know, with or without cancer, by the way, because you know that's.
No, I don't. We're not gonna say, but the whole thing is, are we gonna get a human being on Mars in 5 years? And I'm gonna say no.
Okay, I'm gonna say
it
yes.
won't even happen in 10 years.
Oh, really?
That's I really think that I'll be in my 50s or something before it happens.
Okay, why? Can you tell me why?
It's expensive. It's well, I'm not gonna say it's too difficult these days because we are able to just go to Mars like every few years, no issue. But it's really expensive because you can't get them off the planet, right? They have to live there for the rest. So we're talking
No, that's not
about
true.
a colony.
That's not true. No, it's not.
How are they gonna get off Mars?
Because
How are we gonna
essentially,
How are we gonna get them off?
okay, we're gonna assume this is the whole Elon Musk thing, right? So you have Starship, okay? The ship's gonna go there. As far as I'm concerned,
Yes.
or what I read, heard, / what I think is gonna happen is, the engines are methane based. You can procure methane on Mars, and that's the point. They can refill the engines, and besides, you can easily bring enough fuel for a flight back, because first of all, Mars is 1/4 the size of Earth, so gravity is much weaker. Hence, it's much easier to get off of the planet.
But it
Second,
still takes a lot of a current way of going off the planet takes so much energy that I just think that
of Earth,
for now
of Earth, but
yeah, but
Mars is
also
a whole different story.
Mars
And
would be easier, but it's
Yeah.
still a lot of energy that you need
it's
to
a lot of
have.
it's a lot of energy, but it's definitely doable to refuel a rocket engine or the Starship engine. And I mean, those ships are made to go there and come back. I mean, what's it like,
That would be
2021?
cool.
2021, there's gonna go. I think two ships are already going there with goods, and then 2024, I think he's actually sending people there. So if I mean, yes, within this decade, I'm willing to say 100%, based on the fact that Elon Musk always, up till now, everything that he said he was gonna do, he did. So
Except for the dive thing, that was a flop.
the dive thing, yeah, Jesus Christ, but come on. That's not the same.
His hyperloop
Hype,
didn't really work.
They're gonna build that in Groningen, by the way. I don't know if you heard it.
Yeah, but I don't think it's gonna. I think they're gonna build it, but it won't do anything.
Yeah, but you think, but you don't know, so you can't say that. Tesla worked. Everyone said Tesla wouldn't work. Okay, he shot one into space. The Falcon Heavy worked.
Space.
Landing back on Earth with extendable legs with spacecraft work, even though that was never done before, and people said that couldn't happen, or not in this decade. So all I'm saying is I think it's gonna happen, and I'm gonna be rich in arcs, baby.
You're gonna be rich in arcs. By that, I feel like when that happens,
Yeah.
I'd let you even give like 60 euros of arcs to you.
Oh, okay. I mean, that's you saying. That's not me saying.
Yeah, but I'm saying it because I don't think it'll happen. In those years, we'll be done with Elite. We'll be like, hey, it's 2022. We still don't have space legs, as promised.
Dude, we
you know
won't.
what?
You're
We're gonna
lying.
quit playing.
You're lying. You will not be done with Elite. And now, seriously though, because I, I was done with Elite too, and I
We've both,
stopped my
since our
YouTube
last
channel.
podcast, we were so done with the game, and I was like, I'm gonna play a little bit. I'm gonna get some credits. So currently, I have over 1 billion credits again, like
Yeah,
spending.
yeah.
Um,
I don't. By the way, I have nothing. But
yeah, I played a lot for a little bit just for the fleet carrier, and then they said fleet carrier gonna get delayed, and it's like, okay, well, I'm really gonna stop playing now. And that was in October. I think I haven't really
you're
played
never
since October.
you're never gonna stop playing this game.
That's the problem, though. You
That's the
started
problem.
this exploration thing, and now I'm like, oh, I might as
Oh,
well
it's
get a
actually
new
pretty
hauler.
fun. Yeah, oh, well, might actually go there. Hey, let's do a podcast. Huh? And then in 2 weeks, we're both not playing anymore, and the game sucks, dude. And then eventually we'll come back. Like, that's the point. We always come back.
You'll be like, I want to make a video again.
Yeah,
You're gonna do it.
exactly.
You're gonna do it. And when you make that video, it's gonna be like, oh, you're playing again. Want to play together? And here we are.
Yeah. All
It's
right.
gonna
Well,
happen. It's really gonna happen again.
I think I'm gonna end this podcast right here because we've been. I don't know if you noticed, but we've been going around for at least 45 minutes now.
Wow, that's
Which is fine.
That's a long one.
Which is fine, but I'm just cutting it
Long
off.
one.
Yeah. Damn. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to subscribe to Tato Tom for his Minecraft
Just
Let's
put
Play
like
right now.
my channel in like the description.
Oh, I'll definitely do that. Definitely do that.
I'm currently doing a Minecraft hardcore mode Let's Play, so if you're interested in that kind of stuff, just you can check it out. Every few days or something, currently I'm
That's
going
pretty
to
cool.
upload a video.
And we're continuing the traveling to the nebulae, and after that we'll see where we go. Maybe we're going back. I don't know. But I'm continuing this series, and hope you guys really enjoyed this video, this little podcast thing. If you guys want to know or want to bet on who's gonna win this bet for 60,000 arcs, down below, vote for
please
MC
vote.
Major or for him.
Vote for me.
I don't know what's in. I don't know what's in it for you guys, but it would be fun anyway. I'll make a poll or something. If you guys want to contribute to my channel, you can do that on Patreon if you guys feel like it. And don't forget, you can always join the Discord channel for daily fun. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.